जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं
Paramahamsa Nityananda is a rare living incarnation, a yogi by birth. He has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English, books in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese, with translations in 26 languages are available. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 8,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world offer exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. Having meditation centers in 151 countries including Bidadi, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalyam, Salem, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Los Angeles, Ohio, Seattle, San Jose and Phoenix. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nityananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation. A contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. Adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, he has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands, gracing them with spiritual powers. A spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples worldwide in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Tiruvannamalai in India. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration to thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nityananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Krishna, with a smile as though reminding him that he is not conscious of the truth, said these words to Arjuna, who was in sorrow, standing between the two armies. It's again a description, the verse which describes the scene. Here the word Bharata, through this word he is addressing Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is from the Bharata Vamsa, Bharata's lineage. So, he is saying, O Bharata, the indweller of all beings, Krishna, with a smile, said these words to Arjuna, who was in sorrow, standing between the two armies. It's a description of the whole scene. Only when you stand between the two armies, you can see both sides. If you are already on one side, you can't see both sides. Only if you are standing between the good and bad, you can see both. If you are already on the side of the good, you will not know all the bad things happens because of good. If you are already on the side of bad, you will not know all the good things happen by the bad. It's not that all the things of the good is always good, all the things of the bad is always bad. Only when you are standing in between, you can see both. Otherwise, naturally, the confusion is the quality of your decision. Please understand, if you are on side, the confusion takes over you. Any decision you make in confusion naturally ends in a huge suffering. Even in your life, don't stand at any side. Whenever there is a war, of course, your whole life is a war. At least 10 Mahabharata war happens in your 24 hours. Don't jump to conclusion, rush, making decision. Small story. Husband calls home and the maid answers the phone. He says, "Can I speak to my wife?" She says, "No, she's upstairs in the bed with her boyfriend." He says, "Okay, go to the hall closet, take out my gun, go upstairs, shoot them both." Being a very loyal maid, she says, "Okay," and she picks up the phone after 5 minutes and says, "Okay, they are both dead. What should I do with the dead body?" He says, "Throw them in the pool and I will take care of them when I get home." She says, "We don't have a pool." He asks, "Is this 555 1234?" In hurry, sometimes you don't know. So don't make decisions in confusion and hurry. Stand between the good and bad. Only then you will be able to see both. This loyal maid, from her side, what she thought as good, she went ahead. But good as a four-leg, always look down whether all that four legs are on proper basement. Sometime the good may be standing, lifting two legs. In that two legs, maybe bad is sitting below the legs. It is not that all good are always good, all bad are always bad. Having little patience is really important. Till now, he was not expressing his avataric mission, the incarnation hood. First, he was silent, like a psychiatric doctor, listening. Then, he was uttering 2-3 words like a friend. Then, only when Arjuna said, "Sishyasteham, I am your disciple," he is up and is expressing his Gurudom. Understand? When there is enough of disciplehood happening, disciplehood, I am using the word disciplehood, not enough disciples. There can be 10,000 disciples, but only one unit of disciplehood. There can be only one disciple, but 10,000 unit of disciplehood. Means the receptivity, disciplehood. When there is enough disciplehood, then lands an incarnation. If there are too many disciples but less disciplehood, an incarnation cannot express his purpose.
प्रकाशितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मज दुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मज दुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि नित्यानन्दलिङ्गम्।
ॐ नमो भगवते रुद्राय नमस्ते रुद्रमन्यवपुतोदयिषवे नमः नमस्ते अस्तु धन्वने बाहुभ्यामुदते नमः या च यिषुः शिवतमा शिवं बभूव ते धनुः शिवा शरव्याया तपतया नो रुद्रमृडय या ते रुद्र शिवा तनोरघोर पापकाशिनी तया नस्तनुभाषन्तमया गिरिशन्ताभिचागशीः या विशृङ्गिरिशन्तहस्ते विभष्ट्यस्तवे शिवाङ्गिरित्रतां कुरु माहिगुं सेः पुरुषं जगत् शिवेन वचसा त्वा गिरिशाच्छा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् अद्य वोचदधिभक्ता प्रथमो दैव्यो ऋषगे अहेहश्च सर्वान् जम्बयन् सर्वाश्च यादुत्राण्यः असौ यस्ताम्रो अरुणपुतभभ्रस्सु मङ्गलः ये चेमागुं रुद्रा अभितो दिक्षु श्रुता सहस्रशो वै शागुं भेडयीमहे असव्यो वसर्पति नीलग्रीवो विलोहितः उदैनं गोपा अदृशन्नदृशन्नुदहार्यः उदैनं विश्वा भूतानि सदृष्टो मृडयातिनः नमो अस्तु नीलग्रीवाय सहस्राक्षाय ईडुषे अतो ये अस्य सत्त्वानोऽहं तेभ्यो करन्नमः प्रमुञ्चदन्वनस्त्वमुभयोरार्तियोर्जा याश्च ते हस्त इषवः परात भगवो वप अवदत्यरनुस्त्वगुं सहस्राक्षशतेषु ते निशीर्याणवागुं उत अनेशन्नस्येषव आपुरस्य निषङ्गतिः या ते हेतिर्मीडुष्टमहस्ते बभूव ते धनुः तयास्मान् विश्वतस्त्वमयक्ष्मया परिभुज नमस्ते अस्त्वायुधाय नातताय धृष्णवे उभाभ्यामुदते नमो बाहुभ्यां तव धन्वने परिते धन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् गृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो ययिषुरिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठमृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदा शिवाय शङ्कराय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यवागवे सेनान्ये दिशां च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्मिञ्जराय त्रिशीमते पदीनां पतये नमो नमो बभ्लुषाय विव्याधिने नानां पतये।
See, for you to dance, you need a stage. For an incarnation to land and express the energy, you need real people filled with a disciplehood. Being a disciple being a receiver. People who are completely in receptivity. Only enough of people who are filled with receptivity. Even Master expresses his gurudam, his great energy. So even for incarnation to express what he wants to express, proper disciples who are having the disciplehood, who are really in the mood of receiving, are required. Basic truth. Gita comes out only when the disciples are ready to receive, not till then. So Bhagavan starts speaking. You are grieving for those for who are not to be grieved for. You are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. What a words. Krishna just gives one statement. He is saying, you are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. You are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. He straight away comes to the truth about the life and death. He says, you are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. See, you should not understand this word in an ordinary sense, like you are grieving for your enemies who are ready to kill you. It's an ordinary meaning. But if you see the next words, Krishna is uttering, I don't see, he means in ordinary sense. You are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. And you are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for whose life has not departed. He is using a beautiful word. What do you mean by alive and dead? Let me define life. If your inner consciousness is awakened and goes on accumulating layers and layers of maturity, wisdom, by the rolling of time, it is life. Good or bad, layers of engrams makes you tired and old. Are you aging or growing? There are two different things. Aging, growing. If you are unconsciously, without any awareness, hitting time, any experience happens is accident. One guy goes to his boss and says, Sir, now I am married, increase my salary. The employer says, factory is not responsible for the accidents happen outside. A patient goes to hospital with bleeding head. Nurse is getting the details from him. Your name? Patient gives the name Santa. Nurse, birth date. Nurse is asking birth date. The patient gives the name, the date. And nurse asks, married? The patient says, no, car accident. Unconsciously, any encounter with the time is accident. Your very existence is accident. You are either already dead or waiting to die. That's it. There are millions of people who are already dead but not buried. These dead, not buried, they are only called bhutas. Krishna says, you are grieved for these people who are asuras, rakshasas. You are not to be grieved for these people. I know the modern day youth is really suffering. Humanity has never faced this crisis. I have created a one-year program where you can study the spiritual truths.
Nitya Yoga practices to create healthy body, spiritual discourses to develop mental health, meditations that help balance emotions, kriyas to break mental patterns that create suffering, opportunity to express leadership qualities, techniques that improve creative skills. Learn to break all self-limiting barriers to achieve your dreams. Ananda Yogam.
I am providing a platform for you to think, meditate, contemplate and decide about your future. I am giving you 1 year free food, shelter, clothes, above all the spiritual education and intelligence and intuition to take decision about your future.
Every participant is taught the Vedic truths to live life as it leads in a nurturing ambience, along with inspirational spiritual education that helps bring out the best and achieve one's highest potential.
Youth across the world can come and spend a year in Ananda Yogam to work on you, to discover your future, to discover your destiny or recreate your destiny. I'll open my house for you for 1 year completely free. Come and stay here, discover and recreate your destiny.
Interviews at Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru. 97422 03311. क्या आप स्वयं एक अवतार पुरुष से अपने जीवन में दिव्य मार्गदर्शन चाहते हैं? प्रस्तुत करते हैं अवतार पुरुष से वार्ता।
Nityananda here.
परमहंस नित्यानंदा संसार को एक और अतुल्य और अनोखी भेंट दे रहे हैं।
You got practically everything and too much for a phone call.
अब वो लाइव किसी के भी प्रश्नों का उत्तर स्वयं देंगे।
That's great. No, you ask anything you want in your life. Ask me any boon you want.
8 से प्रारंभ। कुछ सौभाग्यशाली लोग जो 080 2727 9999 पर फोन करेंगे, वो स्वयं स्वामी जी से बात कर सकते हैं। लाइव देखें NTV पर ntv.nityananda.org।
You need to at least stop the breathing, only then you can bury them. You can't directly bury. And so many millions of people, you will not even have time to bury. So you only have to give a mass, do a mass cremation. So you can't do mass cremation if they have the capacity to run. See, Krishna is not asking Arjuna to kill them. He says they are all already dead, just help me to stop their running so that I can do the mass cremation. End of the Mahabharata, that's what was done. The mass cremation was done. They are all already dead. None of them had inner awakening except Bhishma. Only Bhishma is the person who had inner awakening and he did not die in the war. He was put in deathbed, but he died only when he wanted. After the war was over, 56 days, he was lying on the deathbed in the war field. Only when the Uttarayana Punyagala started, he left the body. Krishna says, you are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for. and you are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. There are many reasons to consider who is alive and who is dead. People who encounter the time with awareness every moment does not accumulate engrams. They accumulate maturity. Maximum time you are living inside your flesh and bones, see, you are becoming matured. Either you grow or you age. Both does not happen simultaneously. One couple lived together for 60 years without a single argument. Their secret is they shared the same hearing aid. Both can't hear the same time. Same way, either you age or you grow. Both can't happen at the same time. Living by aging or living by growing. People have their own reasons to live, their own reasons to love, their own reasons to be alive. A girl fell in love with a boy at second sight because at first sight she did not know he has a Rolls Royce. People have their own reason to fall in love, live. The engram-based love, engram-based life is not living. Krishna starts with a beautiful statement. See, the statement is so precise. I am not able to expand on the statement. I am not able to even comment on this statement. I only have to just repeat. He is so clear. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. He is not even using the word dead, live. He is using the word life has departed or not departed. If you are growing, even death is life for you. Just a different part of your life. If you are aging, even life is a death for you. I know how many millions are dead but having big houses. Tomb with a key. You can't say they have houses. Tomb with a key. See, look back. How many of your houses have almost become like a graveyard? Silent. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Only those few steps, the late night, coming and slowly sneaking into the bed. And morning, neither he is there nor she is bothered.
The Ingenious Program, a field of all possibilities. The children in the Ingenious Program are directly under the guidance of enlightened Master Paramahamsa Nityananda. Nityananda is an incarnation and exudes the knowledge of conflict-free living. He states that enlightenment is our birthright. What an incredible gift for your child, a once-in-a-lifetime privilege to live and thrive in the energy field of all possibilities and give enlightenment to your child. Where every child can become a genius. Learning can unveil the genius in every child, provided it stimulates higher order thinking skills, positive self-esteem, teamwork, and an internal locus of control. Research has proven that holistic teaching methodologies paired with meditation stimulate whole brain functioning and result in self-directed, spontaneous, and creative lifelong learners. An enriched environment. When young children have an enriched environment conducive to early learning in life, they have higher IQ, cognitive intelligence, EQ, social emotional intelligence, and SQ, spiritual intelligence. These early experiences are critical for the development of the child. Peer pressure and destructive social conditioning can take its toll on the child. It can create negative thought patterns and destructive behaviors unless these enriching experiences are provided. An enriched environment includes whole brain activities which stimulate the utilization of both sides of the brain. The right brain is responsible for creativity, intuition, spontaneity, quantum memory, learning in a flash, and computer-like calculations. The left side of the brain is responsible for inner linear thinking and analysis. When both sides of the brain are integrated, performance is optimal. Brain yoga. Brain yoga activates the ability to balance the right and the left brain. This helps open the sixth sense. Children are given activities to balance both sides of the body simultaneously, using distinctive postures that stimulate both sides. The neurological brain patterns move from beta to alpha, increasing alertness and attention. Quantum memory. Quantum memory is a constant downloading of information without interference of the mind. Observation skills are directly related to memory skills. Reading without interference of the mind, reading at quantum speed, will lead to quantum memory without the mind getting in the way. Creative and performing arts. Dance, drama, music, sculpting, and design offered in the Ingenious program provide kinesthetic motor stimulation to engage the brainwave patterns, resulting in expanded creativity and resourcefulness. Sattvic food. Children are given the benefit of fresh sattvic food prepared to the standards according to the ancient Vedic lifestyle. The food is fresh, with fruits and vegetables. Vegetarian food creates radiant health in the body. Vedic cultural arts. Sanskrit chanting stimulates the brain to produce full brain coherence, developing clearer perception and integrated thinking. Chanting also promotes inner silence and improves the attention span. Meditation and expanded awareness. Meditation instills a deep silence in the child, resulting in deeper, richer perception and clarity in thinking. Ingenious produces the next step in evolution, a mature human being who functions at a higher state of consciousness. Expanded awareness provides the platform for a vision of all abilities of life, perfect health, prosperity, and life without conflict. What more could you ask for your child?
If I can just teach this one science to the kids, I will have millions of enlightened beings.
Just an hour's drive from Bangalore, Asia's fastest growing city, is a unique space of healing, meditation, and rejuvenation. Welcome to Nityananda Dhyanapitham. Experience soothing healing energies under the ancient wish-fulfilling banyan tree in the presence of divinity. Enjoy the unique anti-aging formula of the original Siddha Healing Spa with the 21-foot energized healing lingam and healing pool, the Vaidya Sarovar. Connect directly to God in the vibrant silence of Nityanandeshwara Temple. Savor the delicious sattvic food served free at all times. Best of all, get a glimpse of authentic spiritual life at the daily morning satsang, worship, yoga and meditation sessions with Paramahamsa Nityananda. Discover yourself at Nityananda Dhyanapitham, the ultimate spiritual lifestyle destination. Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, Bidadi, Bengaluru, 97422-03311.
Life is a long examination. Whether you face it without engrams, every moment you face it without engrams is a success. Every moment you face with engrams is a failure. It's a long examination. I read a one-liner about examination. 3 ways to write exam. Look up for inspiration, look down for concentration, look around for information. For life also it is same. Look up for inspiration, look down for concentration, look around for information. Life is a long examination where every moment you spend with awareness, you are winning the game. Every moment you spend with unawareness, you lose the game. You are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for, and you are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. Whether you are with the body or without the body, wise never grieve for anybody. If somebody is wise, they know man whose inner awakening has happened, even if he is without the body, he is only growing. Man whose inner awakening has not happened, even he is with the body, he is only aging. So, they don't grieve for those who has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. I think it is such a strong line. Thousands of meanings can be given to this line. Thousands of interpretations can be done to this line. I think thousands of times this line has to be repeated again and again internally. This line has to be repeated again and again and again in every situation of our life. So we understand every moment we spend with awareness is the moment you are growing. Start creating a diary for yourself. Today, how many hours I grew, how many hours I aged. If you count, every day morning 5 hours you grow during the sadhana. And after that, almost all the hours you age. Remember, every moment, are you growing or aging? Growing or aging? You are grieving for those who are not to be grieved for, and you are speaking words that are not fit to be uttered by the wise. The wise grieve neither for those whose life has departed, nor for those whose life has not departed. I leave you all with this one word, so that whole day you contemplate on this one word. Close your eyes and just sit with this one thought.